And we are back. Academy Sports Show right here from AudioWaveNetwork.com. Appreciate you guys. As always, do you feel that wave of just sports news? It's beginning to feel a lot like Christmas.
Cleveland!
Whew. He told me he would wait at least.
Oh, sorry.
He told me he would at least wait.
Sorry.
Until it's his turn to speak to do that, or at least, but no, like right in the intro, like when we put this up, we gotta warn you to turn your headphones down. We appreciate you listening as always. We got a lot to cover. A lot. How many times you got traded? A lot. How many times free agent? A lot. How many times you got? A lot. We appreciate you listening on SoundCloud. Make sure you give us a follow on there. On iTunes, make sure you subscribe. Go there. If you're watching live on YouTube, make sure you hit the subscribe button and trigger that bell so you get that notification. On Joel's feed, if you're his friend, say hello to him, wave to him right now. We podcast every Thursday night. Try to get that podcast up to you before the next week starts. And we just love it. This is your sports show's favorite sports show. I'm your host, Andre Douglas, and next to me is your host, Joel Williams.
Cleveland! Oh, man. What's up, everybody? What's up, Cleveland? It's going to be that kind of night, people.
Turn the levels down.
All right. It's going to be that kind of night. I hope we don't blow out the mics tonight.
He's clipping.
If you're listening live, make sure you're not in an area where you shouldn't be, where you're just quiet. You're not in a meeting trying to catch us, because there's gonna be a lot of hype levels tonight. It's gonna be a lot of talk tonight. It's gonna be we're gonna get loud in here tonight. I'd like to welcome everybody to the show. It's the D Thursday night, and it's not cold.
It's
actually a nice night.
It's all right.
Low 60s today, I guess. A little windy, but it rained a little bit off. No, but we got a little peak of blue sky. I was able to vent the sunroof a little bit.
There you go.
So it's a nice little day. Big show coming up for you tonight. We got to talk NFL free agency. It has happened again, ladies and gentlemen. 2 years in a row, NFL free agency has taken over a 48-hour period leading up to 4:00 p.m. when teams can negotiate and have people sign on the dotted line. And boy, did we have some fireworks. Mm-hmm. We have a lot to talk about. How did your team do in free agency? How are you feeling about your squad? Lions fans, how do you feel? You made some nice moves. We're going to talk about it. Cleveland, how you feeling about your moves, baby? It's time to talk. That, plus, we got to give a shout out to the Pistons. Don't really want to.
We have to.
But we have to because we like to listen to what our listeners ask for. I've been approached twice this week about why we don't show the Pistons some love. And tonight, I think it's a great night to show them some love. Coming off of a 5-game win streak, they lost 2 in a row. But I've had someone...
In horrible fashion.
Yes. I've had someone make predictions. Someone has told me that they believe that the Pistons can come out of the East.
Oh, God.
We will...
Is this at a wine tasting?
We will talk about that. I got to give him a chance to show up. We won't call any names unless he exposes himself in the chat. But we will talk about that. Plus, that's really it. We got to talk NFL. I got a top 5 for you.
Oh,
Zion's back.
I feel it's real skewed. The way you said it, I got a top 5 for you. the way you said it, I felt
there's nothing.
It was
personal.
Something on that
There's
one.
Nothing personal in the top 5.
I got a top 5 for you.
Nope, there's nothing personal in the top 5.
Sucker.
It's another safe list for the night. Zion's back as well. They play tonight. I think Zion's playing again, so he's back. ACC tournament. A lot to cover. That much more tonight here on the Academy Sports Podcast. But before we dive in, we must pay homage where homage is due. It is the half of the conglomerate. Can you feel the energy tonight?
Yeah.
You feel it.
It's real.
I told you I couldn't wait for the show. I've been telling you that.
It's real.
For 48 hours.
Yes, you have.
The man is here. He's half of the conglomerate. If you are a high roller, you may find him in the D. Can't tell you where, though, because we can't release his identity of where he is. But it is the man, the half of the amazing duo that is the the Audio Wave Network.com. I appreciate you correcting me. Thank you. It is the man, Mr. Rick. What's good, brother? You all right?
Yeah, I'm all right.
Right.
What would I guess this is for Dre. Like, what if? Not saying that they got the roster to do it and they will this year, but what if Cleveland? What if the Browns won the Super Bowl before the Lions?
Oh, you're doing this so early.
I know it's way early.
You gotta do it before you get your hair cut, though. I'm glad you did a perfect contribution to the show.
I'm trying to picture how would that make me feel?
How would that make you feel, Dre?
You remember? Did you watch the first Ace Ventura?
I did.
You remember when he figured out Einhorn was a woman, was a man, and he was in the shower in the fetal position? That's how I feel. That's how I would feel.
Oh my God!
If they made it to the Super Bowl or even deep in the playoffs, it would just be like, just maybe. Because as a Lions fan, we're going there right now. As a Lions fan,
give the people what they want.
You just had that. We suck, right? You know that. It's just there sometimes. You just had them seasons or decades where you suck. But you know you got your brother right with you. Your brother is right with you sucking. Right. He's right there with you.
I'm not alone.
I'm not 0-17 by myself. I have my brother right here with me.
Right there with you.
But now he has left me.
Cleveland!
And now let's suck by ourselves.
Woo!
You can talk all the stuff about the great free agency pickups that we did this year and everything like that. But one year will come where we will suck. This year, next year, never know. But they are set up for a long time. They are set up. And you know they will not be in the bottom dwelling with you no more. That's what I felt in my soul. That's what I felt. Now, there's the question for him. That is the question I will pose to him. Will they stand the pressure to succeed?
Absolutely.
See that confidence? See that confidence? What else do you expect him to say?
Exactly. You expect me to be rational right now? You expect me to be an analytical fan right now? I'm not going to be an analytical podcast host tonight.
Oh, man.
Tonight is all about celebrating the moment.
That's the name of this episode. All fandom. No logic, all fans.
We have a moment every time for our title. That's the name of it. No logic, all fandom. Tonight, Cleveland. This is for you. That's what it's all about tonight, baby.
In parentheses, turn your headphones down.
Yeah, I'm telling you, people. I'm going up tonight a few times. We still got more. We have a lot to cover in this time, and it's majority NFL.
You know how I found out? Him.
One
man, that's how I found out.
And the agony that he experienced. I would never really say this truthfully because I don't feel the truth. But to hear him agonize over this was a level of pleasure.
Was it a text or a phone call?
It was a phone. Come on, you already know. You already know. He had me on speaker and everything just to feel it.
Now, listen. I was driving, okay? Mm-hmm. I get a text message from one of our faithful listeners, Ralph, Deuce's dad, 11, hits me up on text and says, hey, congratulations, your football team doesn't suck anymore. I said, oh, thanks, bro, la, la, la. Because I know we had just signed Sheldon Richardson. I know we just picked up a nice linebacker. I know we just made some nice moves that I liked what I was hearing.
Yeah.
So I get out of the car, walk into Kroger, and all of a sudden my phone rings. Now I got a coach. I got Kevin calling me.
Yeah.
At that very moment, something in my spirit said a text message followed by a phone call from two avid football fans
Yeah.
must mean something has happened. And I said, hello? Something must have just happened because you're calling me and I just got a text about my Browns. He said, you ready to get your OBJ jersey? I said, you lying. I said, I'm walking through Kroger. I said, you lying, right? He said, they just got OBJ. I said, for who? A first, a third, and peppers?
Cleveland!
Coming.
I knew it was coming. In the
Woo!
middle of the cereal aisle.
I'm just
That's
imagining
screaming.
like a pineapple reenacting the OBJ catch.
Going down the hallway in the cart.
Woo! Woo!
Man.
I couldn't believe it. So I talked to Kevin. He told me all about it. And as soon as I got off the phone, I'm walking through the parking lot. Who do I call?
Boom, 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 boom. Doom.
Dre.
Like, man.
And I told him, and he said, no. No.
Man.
So many no's
So
that
many
his son
no's.
had to say, Dad,
Are you all right?
what's wrong? Are you okay?
So,
Uncle JoJo's team is better than ours. Yes.
no. You know how you're on the phone, but you can hear somebody in the distance. That's me throwing my phone. That's away from the mic. No. It was the most disappointing text message I've gotten or phone call I've gotten in a long time.
And then I noticed, he doesn't know this, but I know when we got off the phone, on his way, you know how people, when they hang up the phone goes away, but they don't hang up yet, but they keep talking. So I heard him as I said goodbye. I said, all right, bro, talk to you later. He's all right. And then you just hear this. Is the phone's going away? You hear this. Oh! It's just this pain, this outburst.
Look, I'm not a Browns hater. You're just supposed to be my brother in suckiness. My brother in arms. We suck together.
It's been a nice ride, bro.
Ugh.
It has. It's been fun. We believe me, it's been fun. I couldn't do nothing. I couldn't say nothing. And I've been a man. I've stuck with you while trolling the Lions at the same time. But I've stuck by your side, bro.
Blow up.
Oh,
Let's put
So,
this back on track.
let's get on track. Sorry, we had a moment.
We appreciate our sponsors.
We
here.
do.
And Academy Sports Show, the most great sports show ever. Mike Bonds Plumbing, both licensed and insured. I got to hold on. Let me get my energy back there.
Come on, you got it. Everybody's chance at Super Bowl right now. Everybody has a chance.
Mike Bonds Plumbing,
There we
both
go.
licensed and insured, provides top quality services at great prices. Whether it's just getting up to cold water, proofing the daily home services, you want to call the man, the myth, the legend, Mike Bond. The number is
313-304-7786.
check out bondsplumbing.com. Get that quote or just to see that map of all the areas that they service. If you think you're outside the borders, you might be wrong. Just check out that map. They'll show you where it's at. Or just hit the man up himself.
313-304-7786.
Tell the guys at Academy Sports Show sent you because that man right there is the real MVP.
Oh, yes.
All right, so before we get to the meat and potatoes, let's get some news out the way.
All
News about the way.
Yep.
Breaking news.
Breaking news.
You're right. Zion Williamson returns.
He's back.
He's back versus Syracuse tonight in the semis of the ACC tournament. I'm not going to say, are you surprised that he returned? Because I know you're not, because that's what you predicted would happen.
Yep.
I'm not surprised he returned. I knew he would return to scout the kind of person that he is.
Yep.
I advise him not to, but I'm not in his circle, so he didn't listen to my advice. But I guess the real question is, are you surprised how hard they struggled without him? Seeing as they had RJ Barrett, Trey Jones, Cam Reddish. Are you surprised? I think they went like 3-2 in that span.
Yeah, I guess. Man, that's actually a good question because you don't think about it like that. And you think with all those big names, at that level, college level, you
Yeah.
could probably still dominate because you still have that's a really good team,
Yeah.
right? So I think at first I was surprised because I thought they were still good enough to even win that UNC game, even though probably the shock of him going down
Yeah.
took about a game to get it done. But
Yeah.
they've looked a lot worse than
Yeah.
you thought. And worse is a strong word, probably. They didn't look as good as you thought they should be without him.
Yeah, they came back down to the back.
Oh,
That
my
Virginia
goodness.
Tech game, they
Yeah.
came all the way back down.
All the way back. So it goes to show you, it really shows you how good he is
Mm-hmm.
and how big of a piece he is to that puzzle. They absolutely need him from the way they've been playing 3-2 in the last 5, losing the UNC twice. I'll be honest with you, they're a possible first or second round exit without Zion
Ooh,
in the tournament.
that's a major upset.
Yeah, like matter of
Depending on who
fact,
they
as
get
a
matched up
2
with.
or a 3, depending on who they get matched up with, you could see him go out on the first weekend. But I think they're good enough to get out
That's
second
without him.
without him.
Okay.
With him, that's a Final Four team. A
Okay.
good chance to make it to the Final Four. So that's a huge difference when you look at it.
Yeah.
So it was a little surprising after like the second game. So after the first game that he gets hurt in the second game, you got to make the adjustment. I was surprised to see him struggle against teams like Virginia Tech. Syracuse even actually gave him a little run, and my man had to go off in that game to for them to be successful. So I was a little surprised at the fact that they didn't play as well without him after the first 2 games. I thought it would be an adjustment, then they get back and be good. Now he's back. Will they flip? I don't know because they've struggled. Does he just plug back in and then boom, they off to the races and they're good?
Right.
Or does it take now a couple games for them to get adjusted? So do they go out early in the ACC tournament? Do they make it to the championship game? That's a question that you got to look at now because you got the Virginias in there. You still got UNC to contend with. So you got to go through one of them to get to. I think they got to go through Virginia to get to UNC. So
Yeah.
at the end of the day, I think it's going to be interesting to see how he even plugs back in. But I was surprised after the second game. I was surprised that they struggled the way they did.
Yeah. So they lost 88-72 against the North Carolina, the game he got hurt.
Yep.
And then after that, follow up a Syracuse win, 75-65.
Right. Well, that game was closer than it sounds.
And then the Georgia Tech loss, 77-72.
Yep. Shouldn't have lost that game.
And then they beat down Miami, 87-57.
Everybody thought everything was okay.
And then the Wake Forest game only got out of there by 1, 71-70.
Yep.
And then North Carolina again lost 79-70.
Yep.
So you can see, like, you definitely can see the difference in the overall point totals.
Right.
Because before that, they were in the 90s and 80s. Then he goes down there in the 70s.
and 60s.
Yep. So you can definitely see his impact there. I give you most definitely like the game that he goes down, the impact of that. Definitely, man, what are we gonna do without him? And UNC just takes that. Like they're a good basketball team. There's no we coach. Hey, the best player go down. That don't mean we that's you put your foot on their throat even more.
Go get 'em. That's right.
You got to go get them even more. So them losing that game, not a huge shocker, but them struggling with the person as recruited as the number 1 overall player in RJ Barrett. I'm on record to saying RJ Barrett's a baller. Like anybody who gets him, that's a good number 2. Right. That's a piece that can hold your franchise down for the next 10, 15 years if you draft him at number 2. Not a lot of drafts can say that.
Right.
So to see his game struggle, I think that in the Virginia Tech game, he went like 1 for 12 from 3-point or something like that. It was just he really struggled without Zion because he was the one that everybody keyed on. He needed that guy to take that pressure off him.
Yep.
And Zion is just such a well-rounded basketball player, scoring in different ways, and he touches the games in a lot of different ways, rebounding, assisting, pushing the ball, dunking, emotional. People talk about Draymond and the emotional thing that he brings. You see the emotional aspect that he gives to this team.
Yep.
Yeah, it was unmatched. So to get him back is definitely a shot in the arm.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to pick him up, right? It's going to pick the energy up because I think they got used to having him like any team would, right? You just get used to rolling with your squad. And not only were they probably used to it, but they were putting people away. I mean, they were handling pretty much everybody they played. So to have that other guy there to help take that pressure, I mean, it's like being Antonio Brown and Juju on the other side, right? So it's like you can ball out because that guy's on the other side, right?
Yeah.
So when you have that second guy, or he's your first guy, and now I'm the second, and I'm that good, but I'm even better because they can't key on me because everything is about him,
Yep.
and I'm good with that. I'm gonna live in that and get paid one day because of it.
Yep.
It's easy to ride that out. But now he is back. It does help them. I just wonder, is the chemistry? It's not gone. I just wonder how long does it take to get it
I think
back.
it's immediate.
You think it clicks?
I think it's immediate.
You think he plays free and clear? Like you think this kid doesn't
Now,
go
that's
out and
him,
worry
though.
about cutting?
I think the chemistry between him and his teammates and his coaches, I think they just seem so unselfish on that team.
Right.
Nothing seems forced to them.
Right.
Like it really is a genuine, I want my boy to get off and he wants me to get off vibe. Like you don't feel like that underlying animosity.
But what if he's rusty?
That question, that's a good question right there. Like this is his first major injury.
Right.
Does he trust his body and himself moving forward? That's a lot of man. Moving up and down on those knees, making that same cut.
Who has
moving
to
with,
not cut as hard?
yeah. He shouldn't play so
He should
violently.
be so violent of a player. No, but
That's the question. So you'll be able to see that right away.
yeah, you're gonna see it. But
Especially going in Syracuse in that zone.
does it affect them though as a team? Because if he's missing shots, if he's not playing up to his level, does that cause everybody to kind of?
I think they put their arm around him until he gets it. I think having him on the floor, period, lifts
Just
him
makes
up.
them better.
Just makes them better. Him and his hustle plays. If the shot's not dropping, him as a hustle player alone is just enough to keep them moving.
Right. I mean, he's gonna
opponent
rebound.
scares me though.
Yeah, he's gonna rebound. He's gonna dunk. He's gonna probably dunk a couple. He'll
Yeah.
probably get some blocks. So he'll do some things that'll impact the game. I just don't know if he's gonna score right away.
Yeah.
That'll
I
be-
mean, if he has a line like 11, and 5,
Yeah.
and they still win,
Yeah.
that's
let him work his way back.
Yeah, let him work his way back in. So I think they win the ACC tournament, and that's a hard thing to say because Virginia is really
Yeah,
good.
I don't think they win it.
You don't think they win it?
Nope. I think they're still. I think they could lose to Virginia before they get to the final, or they'll lose to UNC in the final.
Here's my thing about Virginia: they're always good.
Yeah,
The last 5,
They
6,
defend well.
7 years, they've always been a defensive powerhouse.
but they can score this year.
Mhm.
That's what's different about them.
They're
They can shoot the three better this
Matt Ryan. You got to show me.
Oh,
You
no!
got to
Virginia's
show
been
me.
given the Matt Ryan label.
You got to show every year you're this team
That's
that's really good, and watch out for Virginia, and you fold.
You're right.
So you got to show me. This is the prime. The ACC is here now. This is the prime place to show it. If you that good, you want a number 1 overall seed,
You gotta win,
win
the
this
tournament.
tournament. Beat Duke, beat North Carolina. Then I'll be on. I might pick you to go a little longer in my bracket.
Yeah, I honestly think North Carolina's gonna win it.
Okay.
It'd be cool. Actually, I think it'd be nice to see Duke get it because everybody's got to be rooting for Zion.
Mhm.
Like you got to be rooting for, and you got to be sending all positive thoughts and vibes that kid's way because
Which is crazy because people hate Dookies.
right.
He's
But
the
he's-
most loved Dookie
He's
ever.
hard. Yeah, he's hard because he don't have that smugness about him.
Yeah,
You can tell he's a kid who loves to play.
yeah.
He's super athletic, and he doesn't have that thing about him that makes you kind of just he thinks he's all that. He has nothing. Everything about him is humble.
Yeah.
I think people appreciate that, and I think people appreciate that about this team. Though they're not the same uppity kind of guys.
They added some
prep
swag to do.
school. Yeah,
Yeah.
and that identifies with a lot of people. So I think that's what helps. But I think everybody's just rooting for him because it's been since LeBron that you've seen a kid of this caliber where in today's day and age, I literally hope he makes it.
Yeah.
Like get paid, young fella.
Yeah.
And so the heat that we had weeks ago talking about do you play or not,
Yep.
he's making his decision. Let's just support him. Like I hope he just succeeds and it's not this big. You see, he's risking it. Let's not even go back through that narrative if the main media, right? I just hope the kid succeeds.
Yeah.
I hope he shines and he gets what's coming to him.
I hope he has his tournament moments, like he rips through the tournament.
Mhm.
There's not a lot of there's a handful of guys that you can tell that played in the tournament, that played in college, that were going to be like what's the word I'm looking for?
Transcendent
Yeah, players.
Yep.
Carmelo in his run.
Yep.
KD in his scoring at Texas.
Yep.
Kimba with his run at UConn to a national title.
Yep.
Let Zion have
Yeah,
it.
I hope he shines.
Let
I hope
him
he shines.
let him go have his run.
My fandom in me doesn't hope they win it, but I hope he shines. He has a nice little run. I do. Enough to where it's back to the hype that it was, and everybody can't wait till June when it's time to make it to
Now, if he don't have that bounce, you think that drops his stock?
It probably does, but I mean, 18-year-old, I'd expect he's gonna. I mean, but I expect. I think he has every right to be a little cautious at first. He's got never had injury. The tricky thing about this is it's not that your body gave out, right? So you injure a knee or something like that, and you got to trust your body, right? Right. It's the shoe. Right, so the first question is gonna be, what shoe is he wearing tonight? That's gonna be the first thing.
Wow,
what shoe
I never thought about that.
Yeah, that's gonna be question. Is he wearing it because they're usually team shoes? So is he wearing that shoe one, right? And then you're gonna be looking for the athleticism and all that.
Knee brace?
I don't think you see a knee brace because it was just a mild sprain. So there's nothing to really brace. It's all about healing. It's like spraining the ankle. You let it heal. It's fine. The thing about it is the kid deserves a game or two to get himself together and to be that player he was. And I just hope that, again, don't heap the pressure on. Oh, he didn't come out and give you 30 tonight. Well, he just came off injury. Yeah. So I just don't want to see it affect him in a way where they lose. I want to see him succeed. It's weird. It's like, because I'm not a Duke lover either.
No.
When you're a Michigan fan, you don't like Duke. At the end of the day, for some reason, I want to see the kids succeed. Yeah. So. Yeah,
I don't want to see the media outlet get on them if they lose this game.
Yeah.
Like what was wrong with Zion?
Exactly.
It'll be.
Or he shouldn't have played. I told you he shouldn't have played.
Yeah.
Let it go. He's playing. Celebrated. Oh, I don't want to put it out in the universe. Retraction. We didn't say it. We can say it. Not Woo!
All right. So who you got tonight? You got Duke winning against Syracuse?
Yeah, I got Duke winning. Syracuse is the zone, which still, I mean, they beat them already once, and you would expect Syracuse to adjust. Not really. They play zone, and that's what they play.
They ain't got that Zion.
They don't got that, and they don't have that. So it's about to.
Okay.
It's about to be something.
All right. So due to popular demand, we are local here, right here in the city.
We are.
We've been receiving requests to, hey man, the Pistons at that time, hey man, they're 6, man. They can do some things. They're surging. 5-game winning streak. They're doing some things. As we sit today, they're on a 2-game losing skid. And only scored at least 72 to 75 points the last 2 games. Almost set a record for the least points scored in the second half last game. So let's talk about those Pistons since you guys are so charged up to talk about them.
Cleveland. Oh wait,
yeah, not that set. We're not there yet. We're not.
Listen, people. Okay, this is how we got here, and he's not listening. I didn't see his name come up, so we're just gonna talk about it, and then he'll have to watch it. I got to church last Sunday. Okay.
Yeah.
And a certain podcast listener.
Yeah.
Who I don't know your name.
Say his name.
Say his name. Andre Merritt, Draco Dollar Newsom, whatever your name is on Facebook.
We got some problems out of that guy.
He says to me, "Hey man, you been paying attention to the Pistons? Listen, I think the Pistons can come out the East." I said, "Really?" I said, you're a faithful fan. That's some good fandom right there.
That's some good fandom.
You believe.
That's the home cooking, Kool-Aid drinking right there.
So he refers back to the 03-04 Pistons when the trade for Rasheed happened. And I said, wait a minute, buddy. Like, hold on. They were already a good team, and all they needed was Rasheed, and that put them over the top. This is not that team. So then he's like, well, you got
don't name people.
Reggie doing his thing, and you got Ish doing his thing, and you got Griffin doing his thing, and they rebound and they shoot the three.
He got Ish doing his thing. He brought up
Ish. Great backup point guard, can run the pick and roll. What's up, D? So he brings up all these names, and he talks about how they are a 6 seed. They can work their way up. It's about the matchups. They can play with the Bostons. They can play with the Raptors. they can play with the Bucks because the Bucks can't really shoot it that well, and all Giannis can do is go on the inside. I tried to stop him, Dre.
It don't sound like he stopped.
It didn't stop, and he explained it, and I had such a hard time agreeing. I couldn't agree, but I had to say I acknowledge it. I'm going to bring it up on the show.
I acknowledge it.
So to that point, and here's another thing, and I was talking with a coworker who's also a listener, a supporter, has subscribed,
Right.
has clicked the bell. And she said, why y'all don't talk about the Pistons?
Oh.
You're a local pod. You should talk about the Pistons.
Yeah.
They're doing pretty well. You should talk about the Pistons.
Why you saying Pistons so hard?
So, Dre, what say you? Do we need to give time to this? They're a 6 seed, Dre. They're not an 8. I always say, why y'all want to be an 8 all the time? But they're not an 8. They're a 6.
They're 7 now.
They're 7. They went on a 5-game win streak. They were looking good. They were beating people. Then you lose to the lowly Nets. Oh, the Nets are pretty good, actually. Then you lose to the Heat. And not only did you lose to the Heat, but clearly you were doing something else the night before in Miami that you shouldn't have been doing, which happens to a lot of teams. So Dre says to me today, Andre says, I give him a pass for the Miami loss. Everybody has that problem. Okay, that's fine. But, sir, when you lose games like that to certain teams, it shows you that this team is not ready to get out of it.
I think Coach said it best. When you are not the hunted, it's easy to stack some games on top of it.
Yes.
When you become the hunted, you got to show up every single night.
Right.
And that team does not have the mentality to do that quite yet.
And Reggie's hurt now.
And Reggie
again,
he hurt the ankle that set him out almost half the season last year. He re-injured that ankle. So they can fall.
And they
because Miami is right there and Orlando's right there. Yep. And they can drop down out of that.
Yep.
So, I mean, you're 7-3 in your last 10. Congratulations. You're in the playoff hunt. But you have 15 more games left. Whew. Your starting point guard is injured.
Yeah. And you got Ish, though. You got Ish. Sounds like we're saying you got
Ish. Yeah. My thing is, I mean, leadership-wise and superstar-wise, I think Blake Griffin's doing a great job.
Okay.
I mean, we bagged on it. I retracted and I came back, but he's done a good job leading this team.
Right.
In all he could do. He could have done better because they could be better right now. And in all honesty, right? You got two guys that could be. You got Blake and Dre who could be an all-star.
Right.
And now you got a coach that knows exactly what he's doing, a former coach of the year. So you would expect this team to do a little better than what they're doing right now. Understand it's a process. So this is taking a baby step forward, being 6 at that time of the end of your 5-game winning streak.
Yeah.
So kudos to Pistons fans for keeping up with your team, drinking the Kool-Aid, and supporting the team. Them being a title contender or coming out the East, ridiculous. That is
utter ridiculous.
Utter ridiculousness. Because whatever seed you're staying at, you're either playing Boston, Philly,
Toronto,
Milwaukee. You're playing one of those teams, and you are not beating any of those teams in a 7-game series. You're not doing it. So shut it down. All right, but pat on the back for getting this far.
There you go.
You are pieces away from being a perennial playoff contender.
There you go. I like it. Thank you.
The Thon Maker move, great move.
Yeah, that was a big move for Dre. He said he believes that the Thigh Maker move could be really big. He can be like a stretch 5 for them.
He can. I don't know about stretch. I mean, he throws up a 3. Sometimes it goes down.
He's pretty tall.
He's a tall Ethiopian African dude. You know, it was a good move. You know, somebody to give Dre some minutes and the production doesn't go down. He rebounds. He blocks shots. Good move. You need to build on that. That's all. Just build on that. But for this year, feel good about being a 7 or 8 seed. You got to win at least half of these 15 games coming up to stay in this, and just know you may get 1 or 2 games in the playoffs, and be happy with that. Be happy with that. How you tell me to be as a Lions fan? We made the play. Be happy with that.
Yeah.
You sniffed the play. Be happy with that.
Don't get ahead of yourself.
Don't get ahead of yourself. You make it. You're AC. You lose it. You get swept by the Bucks. Be happy with that. That's all I got to say on the Pistons.
I have nothing. I'm trolling the Pistons. Period. You are absolutely right. I agree with you. I brought it up to satisfy. Don't say, listeners, hey, we hear you.
We did it.
We spoke on it. But this is the pod. This is what we do, and this is where we give our honest opinions. You reserve the right to differ from it. Dre, I'll see you Sunday at church. You can speak on it.
We talked about it. It was brought up.
You can hear this. If you're listening on the pod, great. If you're listening live, you can hear this. Pistons might barely make the playoffs. Getting out of the East?
No.
Absolutely not.
No. All right. Before we get to the meat and potatoes, I think you want to dabble around the association a little bit. There was a game. Houston and Golden State played. Came down to the wire. Houston came back, but Golden State won. They avoided the sweep.
Yep.
And Boogie looked good. I mean, they actually went through Boogie this game.
Boogie looked real good.
So, I mean, to me, it really doesn't impact me because even the Warriors players said it after the game. And we say it every time we talk about the association. This league is such drama.
True.
The Boogie referred to it as the world turns. His grandma's favorite
soap opera.
Yep. It's just always something. And right now, as a Warrior, we are right in the middle of it. So it's always something. It's always going to be a story. It's always going to be a scandal or something, the epic proportions. But at the end of the day, we all know the Warriors are winning the title. So you can bring up a topic. Who's most suited to push the Warriors? You can say the Rockets. The Rockets this, the Rockets that. The Rockets beat them 3 times already. Look at the Rockets. But to me personally, at the end of the day, it's moot. Because Kevin Durant ruined the league.
I agree with you on that point. It's a moot point. Yeah, it's a moot point. Absolutely. I think the only reason why last night really was big was because you saw the Warriors do that with a really good Boogie and no Kevin Durant.
Mm-hmm.
So if that's how that's going to go down, then it just bodes for more trouble for everybody. I think that's really the only thing you get out of that. Houston wins that game last night. You could say you swept them, and you could maybe argue you're pushing them.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, by them losing and that you lost and there was no Kevin Durant and Boogie did that.
Yeah.
Plus, I mean, Boogie, Clay, and Steph give you 81 last night.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That reminds you of when they didn't have Kevin and they could still give you 81 with 3 people. So you add the 4th person back in, it is what it is. So, yeah, there it is.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
There Brandon Cleary, welcome to the show, says, do you think the Steelers have a shot at Justin Houston?
Yeah, anybody got a shot at him.
Everybody has a shot at Justin. And
I think they got a shot at him.
Yeah, and they need him. To be honest with you, they need him in Pittsburgh because you now need a legit defense.
Yeah,
because there's an offense.
That offense, you're gonna be playing a lot more defense.
Yeah, your offense used to kind of cover up for your defense. Now your defense is gonna need to cover up for your offense. I know you still got Connor. I know you still got Big Ben. I know you still got Juju. But because I'm gonna have to temper myself in a moment when we talk about that squad to the east of you or to the west of you down I-90. But for now, you're gonna have to see if can Juju be a number 1. He was a number 2 with AB on the other side, and he balled out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a fan. He was on my fantasy team. I loved it. At the end of the day, can he be a number 1?
I think he can.
Somebody else? I think he's got the talent.
He's got to up his work ethic.
Yep, he can do it. It's just going to be interesting to see without that other guy.
Without him, it's going to be a lot harder. And does he have the mental fortitude to get through a whole season of being a number 1 guy?
Right. Yeah, you're right. Brandon says they got Moncrief on others. That's true. But is Moncrief enough?
He's a free agent, ain't
he? Yeah, and is he enough to make Juju?
I don't think they signed him.
Yeah.
Unless
y'all resign him and
unless it just happened.
Yeah,
I think so,
is
too.
he enough to give Juju what he needs to be the number one?
Mark drops me balls.
I don't know.
To be honest.
So yeah, that you sound like a Steelers fan, which is good, but it sounds like we said they signed him to 3 years yesterday. Okay, but is he enough to be a Juju pull away for a safety? Like
is he AB to Juju?
There you go. right. Is he that guy? That I think that's a wait and see. I think if you're a fan of the Steelers, you've seen what he can do a little bit. You believe in that.
I think you go back to old Steelers ball and run the ball.
You got to run the ball.
You have to run the ball.
Yep.
Juju's a home run or wide receiver.
Yep.
Run it so you get that home run ball.
And hopefully you guys get a tight end that can be a real deal.
Because we got Jesse James.
Right. And it's since it hasn't been.
Yeah, they used Vance McDonald a little bit last year. Big boy, he had a little highlight play, stiff arm to do last year. But yeah, it's going to be. You can't say they're rebuilding because they still have been, but it's definitely going to be different without two of your mainstays.
Right. He said, I'm just happy the Divas are out of here. Hey,
that would be you're on the plus side of Steelers.
You're
fans.
on the 50. You're on this
There's
side
some
of the
Steelers
50.
fans that's like, what is happening right now? And there's some Steelers fans that's like, I'm happy they're gone.
Yeah. Some Steelers fans are like, just win.
Yeah.
Some
Don't matter who's on the team, just win.
10 draft picks. I hear you. You got it lined up to set yourself up for happiness this season.
Let me ask you, Steelers fan, how do you feel about Ben Roethlisberger after all this? That's what I want to know. Like he got dragged. Tomlin got dragged.
Yep.
The organization got dragged.
Yep.
So like where are we at with the guys that are still in house?
Right.
You know.
Good question.
So that's how I feel.
Good question.
Let's get this top 5 out the way so we can get to the NFL.
Kobe's in the building.
You said it was real safe. So let's get this safety out.
Yeah, this is safe, man. This is, I like to do top 5s in honor of what's happening in the league, what's going on in certain leagues. So it's free agency right now.
Yeah.
So I did a little research, and what I was really looking for, considering that there's so many big signings this week.
Okay.
I mean, the signings were huge. Steelers will be garbage without him. That's true without Ben. I agree. They're gonna be a little garbage this year, though. Here's my top 5. The top 20, not 20, sorry.
20.
Top 5, because I actually found a list. I was like, I don't agree with the list, but I pulled my 5 out.
Okay.
Top 5 free agent signings in NFL history. Okay.
We talking about money or we talking about impact?
No, we're talking about impact.
Okay.
Yeah, because remember, I don't know if you guys know this, but free agency hasn't been around that long in the NFL. So there's been some pretty significant signings.
Okay.
Some that have turned teams. Matter of fact, a couple of them a couple people you named last week are actually on that list as well.
Okay.
On this list. But they're not on mine in this case because of, again, what I've seen, watching football, time, stuff like that. So here's my top 5. All right. Starting at number 5. Okay. Starting at number 5. Got to go back a little bit for this one. 2001.
Black and white. Oh, no. Okay.
2001. Really black and white. 2000. That was a shot right there.
No, I thought he was like really reaching.
Nah, I ain't reaching out. I've seen these players play. Everybody I'm naming here, I've seen these players play.
That don't mean nothing.
So, okay, I'm gonna let that one roll. My time is coming. Number 5 for me is Jerry Rice. So if anybody remembers, Jerry Rice.
To the Seahawks right now.
No. Jerry Rice for a long time, 49er, right?
Yep.
All time, one of the best wide receivers. Some people will argue he is the best wide receiver of all time. Jerry Rice, however, signed with the Oakland Raiders in 2001.
Remember that?
All right. When he signed with the Raiders, he posted 2 more 1,000-yard seasons. All right. And he had a record 14 of those.
Yep.
And then the Raiders
went to the Super Bowl.
So they were AFC West champions. They lost in the Tuck Rule game.
Yep.
And then they advanced to the Super Bowl
in
2002 against Tampa Bay.
Yep.
So that before then, the Raiders were bad.
Yep.
They made a couple signings, picked up a couple
Perfect Storm.
good guys.
That was Rich Gannon, Troy Brown.
Exactly.
Yeah, that was a good team.
There you go.
That team felt old.
They were.
That was a really old
they were.
team.
They were like the golden age.
Yeah.
They were like You had the guys kind of going out
Yeah.
and stop. Yes, they
Yeah,
were
I
they were the
remember that.
Cadillacs.
Yep.
Number 4. All right, so safe list. My list. Top 5 free agent signings. Next one, Charles Woodson. To who? Who do you think?
Packers.
Charles Woodson to the Packers, sir. That's my number 4.
That was a homer pick.
Oh, come on. Don't do me like that. Charles Woodson to the Packers, 2006. All right. Again, first player to win the Heisman and Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah.
All right. 2005, he was in Oakland. 2006, he goes to the Packers. He is at that time, I think, he's still 20, he's 29, 30 years old. He's still he was turning the
back
corner.
end.
Yeah, his back end of his career. He played with the Packers, Defensive Player of the Year in 2009,
Yeah.
Super Bowl champion the following year in 2010. He had the knack for the pick six when he was with them. One short of 12, which is the record by Rod Woodson. He had 11 total in his career. A lot of people weren't big on this signing when it happened, but it ultimately put them back into kind of contention. They were kind of dwelling in the middle,
Yeah.
and he comes in, helps Favre kind of get them back to glory. Desmond comes in, and there you go.
Yeah, I remember. That was Aaron, wasn't it? That was Aaron. That wasn't fun.
Well, he bridged the Favre to Aaron.
Yeah.
Aaron
Super Bowl.
Yeah, Aaron. Yep. The Super Bowl. Yep.
Yeah, it was. I remember when he was a free agent. I was like, "Come on, Lions." I remember. Come on, Lions.
Yeah, you wanted him, didn't you?
Oh yeah, we wanted him.
Everybody wanted him.
Yeah, it was. I mean, yeah, all defensive player.
Yeah, everybody
And
wanted
you
him.
could have got him for cheap. Come on now, go ahead and get him.
And the Packers were the only team that offered
That
him
was
kind of-
crazy.
Yep.
That was crazy because he wasn't that over the hill. Obviously, defensive player of the year.
Right. Number 3. A lot of people probably will argue that prime time belongs here. I'm gonna tell you right now, prime time's not on my list. To me, the reason this person goes here is because when he shows up, this franchise had been horrible. They had gone 60 years between championship games. And all of a sudden, they appeared in the Super Bowl. 2005, Kurt Warner, Arizona Cardinals. He leaves the St. Louis Rams. Arizona Cardinals, they go to the Super Bowl. Impact. I'm thinking impact there.
Yeah, that was impact because they sucked.
They were horrible. They were bad, bro.
He instantly made them. And then, but, it made a bad pattern of getting washed up quarterbacks.
Yes, it did. We're not talking about his impact on the leagues, on general managers and what they did. Simply put,
like, hey, work with Kurt. Let's get every other washed up quarterback to help us out.
Yeah, it started a bad trend. But I'm only putting him there because of impact. I could have gone Dion here with the 49ers.
Yeah.
Then he goes over to the Cowboys.
Yeah.
But I just, that for me was the impact piece.
Everywhere he went.
Yeah. It's almost like, ugh. Let's see. What is it? Oh, number 2. This is a great story. And I'm happy about this because I remember when this happened and I was rooting for this guy because to me, he got shafted. And he's won a Super Bowl since. The city loves him. Number 2, you know who it is. Go ahead and say it. You're about to say it.
No.
I thought you were about to say it. The city that he plays for now loves him. Absolutely loves him. He was with the Chargers. They get Phillips in the 2004 draft because this guy's shoulder was hurt. He had
Drew Brees?
Drew Brees.
Yeah, that was a great sign.
Leaves San Diego, goes to the New Orleans Saints in 2006. 3 years later, Super Bowl champion. Then he breaks Dan Marino's 27-year-old record for the most passing yards in the season.
That was great. He became beloved.
Yes.
And he catapulted himself into the upper echelon of quarterback.
Yes.
Like instantaneously right there.
Absolutely.
He was never in that conversation, often injured, not consistent.
Yep.
And he was expendable.
There you go.
You went to New Orleans, you made your whole new
I
life.
thought they shafted him though, low-key. Because I kind of felt like they didn't really give him a chance to show that he had recovered.
Well, he was injured.
He was.
And he wanted a new contract coming off an injury. He only had 1 year left.
Yeah.
So, we're not going to pay you.
That's true.
So, it was business on that end.
Yeah, I'm happy. He's one of those guys I'm happy to see he succeeded. The city loves him. We all know about Hurricane Katrina and what that did to the city,
Yeah.
and how that team is so beloved by that city because of it. So it was just a pleasure to see that. And for me, the dude's a dominant player. You could argue they probably should have been in the Super Bowl this year. Sorry, fans.
Like the year before that.
Yeah, they've had some couple years bad breaks, but ultimately, number 2 on my
He's
list.
had some bad years that people don't get. Like people forget.
Has he had bad years?
I
Or
mean,
is his team?
he hasn't had bad. The team has had bad.
the
Like,
team has bad.
You throw 4,000 yards and y'all win like 5 games. That's it. You know, you gotta have some stink in that too.
Yeah, I guess it's like Matt Stafford. Right? I mean, those 4,000, 4,000.
You got some stink in that. You got some stink in that.
I think you guys are hard on him, but my number 1. I'm gonna go back for this one though. I am going back for this one because this was my early love for football, and it's gonna seem like a homer pick because of the team that this guy ended up playing for and becoming a Hall of Famer with, and it's definitely the team you don't like. But 1993, the Green Bay Packers was some will argue is the most significant free agent signing of all free agent signings because it took place in the first offseason that actually featured free agency, which was 1993, which a lot of people don't know that. So Reggie White, the most coveted player on the market in 93, his free agency tour featured a memorable Sports Illustrated cover and a surprising destination. The Packers were not expected to get him, but they got him. Years of losing turned into a run of success, and they are still successful today. He anchored the defense, and Favre anchored the offense, and the Packers were bringing the Lombardi Trophy back to Wisconsin in his 4th year with the team.
Yeah, that's crazy because I don't remember him being nothing else but a Packer.
I know, right? I know. That is crazy.
Yeah.
Yep. That's all I remember too.
Yeah.
Like when I first started falling in love with football, he was like when I was loving, not just a Browns fan because I grew up in Cleveland.
Yeah.
He was a dog, and they had a couple other people on that team, but he was a dog. He ended up dying of sleep apnea.
Yeah.
I remember that. He ended up dying of sleep apnea, but definitely considered to be the greatest free agent signing of all time. Probably because he was the first free agent. So that's my top 5.
That's a nice little bow on it. I thought you were gonna throw Peyton Manning in there to the Broncos, Super Bowl champion.
Yeah, but no, because to me, I felt like as far as free agent impact, that was like almost like a given. It didn't feel like, oh man, that was one of those. Where's he gonna go? He went there. Okay.
Yeah,
and he still lost to Brady like 30 more times. So I don't know. It didn't have the same feeling to me. He's on the list.
Backed into a Super Bowl championship. All right, so
is it time?
It's time. Go ahead, do it.
Cleveland! This is for you! Woo!
So, starter free agency it was steamrolling way before it was supposed to, and the trades were announced. We hit on the Antonio Brown thing last time.
We did.
He said he was going to be traded. Hopefully by the next time we got on air.
Yep.
He is traded now that we're on air. There was multiple reports he was going to Buffalo.
Oh God, that was sick.
He shut that down.
Bro, that was so sick. When I said that to you, I was like, oh, they did him dirty.
Yeah.
I did not want to see that, though.
Nah, yeah. You want to see great players in good markets.
Yeah.
But he ended up going to the Raiders.
To the Raiders.
I told you he was going to, in text message. I was like, hey, you got to wait because I think the Raiders.
Yeah.
They had to pay. But the crazy thing about that trade is they gave up nothing. They gave up none of their first round picks for him. They didn't give up the Amari Cooper one. They didn't give up their one. They didn't give up any other ones. They gave up a 3, a 5, and that's it for Antonio Brown.
So what does that tell you? Are the Raiders smart? Are the Steelers stupid? Or was there something else going on?
Tell the Steelers fan.
Come on, Brandon. How do you feel about just getting a 3 and a 5?
So here's
those 10 picks?
Here's what I get. After watching all the news, all the media outlets, his press conference, introductory, right after he went to Derek Carr's house. I saw that video, all that stuff, right? And the Pittsburgh Steelers, it looks like they want to always be in control of the narrative, right? So with the Le'Veon thing, it was like, you want to get paid X amount of dollars, we're going to tag you. Okay, you're not coming in. Hey, Le'Veon's available to come for the playoff push, but just don't promise him not to tag him again. We don't do that negotiation with players. You're a player. We're management. You do what we tell you to do. Le'Veon doesn't show back up. AB feels some type of way. You draw that line in the sand. It's just like their player relations don't seem very relatable if they don't, it just kind of seemed that way. So you can put blame on the Steelers there.
Okay.
You can also say Antonio Brown got him. Because you can say he didn't have no more guarantee money in his contract.
Yep.
He saw everybody else getting paid.
Yep.
He had to play out the rest of his contract where we'll take him past his prime.
Yep.
So he put on a show to get out to get money.
Yep.
So you can say that he drugged them through the dirt just so he could get paid.
Ooh. Okay. So you presented two pretty strong narratives. I think there's a third narrative though.
Okay.
And it's similar to what you're saying, because Brandon's response is, felt like we should have gotten more, but he was a cancer. I'm glad he's gone. He said the notion that it's Ben's fault is absurd. Give it 2 weeks until he's throwing a Gatorade jug on the sideline. Okay. So there's this idea, right, that we have to keep control.
Mm-hmm.
And so the part of your narrative where you're saying you think the Steelers just basically drew a line in the sand in order to remain in some operational control is, to me, the line that is probably the most plausible.
Okay.
However, I think there is something to their relatability.
Okay.
So I think you're right. I think that when you have situations like this, you have those two sides. Each side's got some truth.
Yeah.
So AB's thing was they don't know my name, they don't know my mom's name, they didn't come visit me, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what does he do when he gets to Oakland? He goes to David Carr's house.
Mm-hmm.
It's personal, right?
Yeah.
Sure, we like each other, right? But at the same time, if you're the Steelers and you look around and you know what players are doing, players are now starting to force their hand and see if they can get control of their money.
Mm-hmm.
They're trying to do what NBA players have done. The Steelers have decided, hey, we're old school. We've been at this longer.
Yeah.
And we're going to prevent you guys from doing that by saying we will do whatever it takes to not give you full control.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's stubborn on their part. And I think because of that, they're going to, unfortunately, and listen, I hope for the sake of the rivalry in the AFC North, this doesn't happen. But I think their stubbornness, the fact that Bell's gone and AB's gone, is going to cause them to mire in 5 and 11 seasons for the next 3 or 4 years.
Nah, that's the Steelers, bro. Like, the Steelers are always going to be there. Like, they'll figure out a way. Like, maybe this year might be a down year, but they always find a way to one. Okay, to Brandon about Roethlisberger. I'm not a Roethlisberger fan. I don't think, like, I do think he might have overstepped some lines in his leadership.
I think his public display of leadership is poor at times, and it costs him friction.
But I like Mike Tomlin.
He's absolutely not 5 and 11. Come on.
I like Mike Tomlin, and I trust that he will be able to lead the team that he has now. I don't think he was able to control Antonio Brown. I don't think the Rooneys were able to control Antonio Brown. I don't think Ben Roethlisberger were able to reel in Antonio Brown. So that made him expendable to the franchise, no matter how great he was.
Yeah, I think that's true. It's just that why did you have to control it? And that's the thing that's bothering me about the Steelers. Nobody in this organization is really taking responsibility for their part.
No, but
Everybody's blaming
AB
AB.
didn't take his responsibility either. He didn't in his press conference. He didn't go say, you know what, I probably could have went about things in a different way, but we're turning the page, and now I'm a Raider.
That's fair.
He didn't say I'm not going to talk about that and all this other stuff.
That's fair.
So everybody's staying mute in that point. So you can say that about the Steelers. You can say that about Antonio as well. Because that brother looked crazy on TV.
He did.
And he opened his mouth
Let's get tired of
every
that.
single time he had an option to. Whether it was IG Live, interviews, Snapchat, he just kept talking.
Yeah.
And last podcast,
No
was like,
way.
dude, shut up.
Yeah, I was getting over that.
Just shut up. And you look crazy. Your
Yeah.
blonde mustache, your blue tips, your dreads. But you see in that press conference, mustache back to black,
Yep. Everything
dreads
was back
cuts
to
off,
Yep.
back to being professional,
Yep.
because you got what you wanted.
That's true. That's true. Brandon said that the Steelers looked like idiots throughout the whole process. The problem lies with both sides.
He drug them. He definitely drug them.
Yeah.
He
I
drugged the Steelers. He drugged Ben. He drugged Tommy.
Yeah, they really just both look like arguing sides. I just think it's interesting that the league doesn't allow these players to get more. I'm telling you, listen, I'm on the side of letting these players control a little more. More guaranteed money, more revenue sharing, more something. These guys are putting their bodies on the line.
Yeah.
That's my personal opinion.
Well, just
The drama was annoying.
all you have to do is guarantee the contracts.
Yeah.
You
Just do
go
something.
you go that
It's a
far,
billion-dollar industry.
and you're good. Because right now, guys are just chasing guaranteed money.
That's what they're doing.
The contract is whatever, because I get cut whatever. But the real number, as we see in all these free agency signings, is the guaranteed money.
Absolutely.
That's the real money. It's not like
Absolutely.
he got 6 years, I got 5 years. He got 130, I got one. It was Todd Gurley got 47 million guaranteed. That's the number. That's the mark I'm trying to get right now.
Right.
So it wasn't the number, it wasn't the contract, it was all guaranteed money. And for AB not to have no guaranteed money left on his contract, don't want to, Juju on his heels.
But is there an argument there that you signed the contract, AB?
That's with everybody. We say that about basketball players.
True.
Devin Booker, don't be mad because you signed the extension.
Right.
You wanted to be a $200 million man, so you're gonna win 16 games a year.
Right.
That's what you got to do, right?
Right.
And Anthony Davis, don't be mad. You signed the extension, so you got to sit there for another couple years.
2 years.
So you can't be. It goes both ways. I think we do.
Dang, you're a Suns fan too? Man. Wow, we just struck gold with this guy. Brandon, make sure you click the bell. We're here
Yeah.
every Thursday.
Trigger the bell, man. We need you in here every Thursday.
Wow.
Yeah,
And the Penguins make up for it. Okay, good.
that deal has the potential to go down as one of the worst trades ever. If the Raiders
Yeah.
can get
Bro.
back in constant playoff contention, and the Steelers decline to the fact of where they're struggling,
And your third and fifth round picks are nobodies.
and yeah, your picks turn out to be nobody, because that's the thing right there. That's the graphic they like to bring up
Yep.
every time. Antonio Brown in the last 3 years, 3 1,500-yard seasons, 90 catches, third pick, not on the Steelers no more.
Right.
Fourth pick, not on the Steelers no more. All that, what you couped from that deal,
Uh-huh.
turned out to be
What
trash.
did you get?
It's going to be one of the most lopsided trades ever.
Yeah. It's a 3 and a 5, first rounds. At least the Giants set a little bit of an example for
You
getting
trying to get there.
a pick.
You
No,
trying
I'm
to
not
get there. You
just
trying to get
saying.
there.
I'm just saying, no. At least they set an example. To me, you gotta. He's a number one receiver.
He's a number one
There's
receiver.
a number one pick that has
And
to be in that
Amari Cooper
exchange.
set
Yes,
the narrative.
absolutely.
He was on his way to being a bust.
Yep. In Oakland.
Yeah.
In Oakland with David Carr.
And he got a 1. He got a 1 for Amari Cooper. That's the bar.
Yep.
And you're talking about Antonio Brown, and you didn't get a 1,
Yeah, 3.
and they're sitting on 3 1s right now,
Ooh.
and you couldn't get one of them up off of you.
You say that, it makes it sound even worse.
So you gave him 3 and a 5, and then he went and got 55 more M's from the Raiders. You can't tell me this brother didn't do his thing.
That's true.
And then he nixed the trade to the Bills.
Yep. Oh wow!
Like, if you trade me there, I'm not showing
Not
up.
Showing up, and I'm definitely not signing anything. Man, well, he says AB is 31, OBJ is 26. Comparing apples and oranges. No, okay, Brandon. Age, you got something there, but that's the only category we're talking apples and oranges. I'm not comparing age here. I'm comparing talent, because I can reverse that argument and say, OBJ's younger, but AB is performing.
He's the best
He's
receiver.
the best
in the league.
receiver in the league right now. Okay,
And as a Steelers fan, you
You
already
shoulda
said
got a
that
one.
you should have got more.
you should have got a one.
Should have got more for that.
You should. If you got a 1 and a 3,
Everybody would be like, okay,
yep. You got a 3 and a 5.
yeah. Especially they
Your
sitting on
5
they sitting on multiple ones.
exactly, and your 5 isn't guaranteed to even be on your team, even to make your roster.
Even if that was
He's a practice squad player.
even if that was Dallas's one, you in the 20s.
Get a
You
1.
get 2 picks.
Should have got a 1.
Should have got a 1.
So that's the only thing. That's not apples or oranges. I'm sorry.
Should have got a
If
1.
we go talent, AB's the best receiver in the league. You should have get. If Amari Cooper gets a 1, AB should have got a 1.
A 1 and a 2.
Nobody was willing to give up a 1 because he acted like a moron.
Then you sit on them until somebody gets them.
Draft day was coming. I know, but then you would have had to pay that money. So it was a business decision.
Yeah.
I think we understand the mechanics of why you did it, but you got screwed. Doing
You
it.
still disappointed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you got screwed doing it.
Before we get to free agency, Cleveland, you want to do that one more time?
Wait a minute, before we get to free agency, that is free agency.
Well, we're talking trades now before we get to the signings.
Oh, we're talking trades?
Yeah.
Well, we keep talking trades. That's fine. We can talk
Okay,
trades.
well-
It's coming. You're just trying to push it.
No, it was a trade. That's why I'm getting you there.
Oh, okay, we're there.
I love that. That's
Oh, my
freedom.
bad. I missed it. Live
Yeah.
again.
So you want to go ahead and get that?
Cleveland! Woo!
There's another trade.
There was another trade.
of another top tier wide receiver.
Let's go!
Odell Beckham Jr. was traded to the Cleveland Browns.
Odell
To the-
Beckham was
Traded to the Cleveland Browns for a one
For a 1
and a 3
and a 3.
and Jabril Peppers.
And just real peppers.
Sir, we talk about now. This one is not as lopsided, right?
No.
Not as lopsided, but it still has that potential. If New York does not get somebody with that number 1 pick, you know Odell's going to produce.
Right.
Right? I think it was really smart of them for it to be this year's one, right? Because you expect
Yeah.
Cleveland to be better in the
Yes.
long term.
Yes.
So you take
So you got to get this
you
year's
take
one.
you got to
takes a
take
lot longer,
this
too.
year's one.
Yes.
Jabril Peppers, will he be landing college?
Don't know. So far,
Potential?
so good. Potential's there.
Yeah.
Got to see.
Plug that gap, right?
Yep. You
So
fill
that
hole.
you hope that 1 and 3 turns into something if you're the Giants.
Yep.
Or for the Giants' sake, we're gonna get to Cleveland.
Yep.
But for the Giants' sake, I don't understand trading Odell. What is your plan? What is the plan? Are you tanking? Are you trying to move forward?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Yeah. I don't know.
I know we're gonna sign this later. They signed Golden Tate.
Yeah.
So, but like, what are you? You still got Eli Manning.
Right.
Like, what are you doing as if you're a New Yorker? You wake up, Odell Beckham Jr. is no longer on your team. Like,
You got to feel like they're tanking. You have to. You got to feel like you wake up, OBJ's gone, Eli's still there,
yeah,
Landon Collins is gone. So your best defensive player and your best offensive weapon, they're both gone.
they're both in Cleveland.
You got no
Landon
Landon Collins.
Vernon is a good
Oh,
deal.
Vernon Oliver. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
He's in Cleveland too.
He's in Cleveland.
Yep. So you gotta feel like, to me, you gotta feel like they're tanking. If I'm a Giants fan, I gotta feel like, okay, we're about to be bad, and we want to be bad because it's about draft picks. The thing about the NFL, if you're a fan, everybody knows this: capital. Draft capital is golden, right?
Mhm.
So the more picks you have, like Brandon's already pointed out, his Steelers have 10 picks. My Browns had 10 picks this year, so they have picks to move around in trades, obviously. So the more picks you have, the better. A lot of people think the Giants are going to trade down with that one
Mhm.
and go ahead and jump down because they don't think they can get all the way up to get to a Haskins or Kyler Murray.
Yeah.
So that means if you're a Giants fan, you look up on draft day and you hear the Giants have traded with the 10th pick or 19th pick, the Giants have traded down to, then you know what the plan is. You're tanking and it's time to rebuild. And that's what it looks like to me. Why you still have Eli, I don't know.
Yeah.
Now you wonder, why didn't you get a draft? Why didn't you draft a quarterback last year?
Yeah.
But right now you can ride, Saquon was great. So you can say, hey, that was the right move.
Face of the franchise.
But now does he get more wear and tear because that's all you
He's
got?
going through tanking.
That's all you have.
That's all they have to put butts in the seat.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you just got better on the offensive line because you got a good offensive lineman from Cleveland. You got Eli. Ugh. So Golden Tate, okay. You don't have a number one.
No.
He's okay. You got Shepard still there, right?
Yep.
Your defense is suspect.
Very.
You're gonna be bad.
You're gonna be bad.
So you just gotta expect that we're taking. It's just it looks weird because normally it's like the quarterback goes, like it's like the order they did it in is a little weird.
Yeah.
But here's what we do know. We know there was friction there,
Mhm.
right? We know there was some Antonio Brown issues in New York with OBJ. But were they tolerable with that squad? Because I think OBJ's issue was more of the things that are being done so that they can win. And that's what wasn't happening.
Yeah.
So it seemed like he was frustrated by the fact of what are we doing? And we're losing. And I'm not getting the ball. And we don't throw the ball down the field.
Here's the common denominator on both of these issues, right? The wide receiver went at the Super Bowl winning quarterback.
Right.
Ben Roethlisberger is up here in Steelers allure right now, right? Still here. You can't. What did the general manager say? He's got 29 other little kids on this team.
Right.
This is where you put him. This is where you see him. This is him right here. And they're all boxing with God right now, right? And their arms not long enough.
Yep.
So you take that shot. You need to apologize for taking that shot at this man, or you're going to reap the repercussions. Odell Beckham Jr., Eli Manning, this guy's won 2 Super Bowl championships from us. The Maras love him. Why would we cut this man? Because it's a valid thing that I'm saying he can't push the ball down the field.
Yeah.
We're not talking about, Ben Roethlisberger lost a step, all that stuff, but he can still make the throws.
Right.
Eli Manning can't make the throws anymore. He can't push the ball down the field. You have Odell Beckham Jr., who has to take a 10-yard slant, 80. He said that interview, that's fun to me, but I shouldn't have to do that every single time.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So, you coming at Eli, you expendable.
Well, thank you. Thank you, New York.
Which takes us to
Cleveland. Yo, he says they're tanking to get Trevor Lawrence in next year's draft.
Oh, Lions tank to get Trevor Lawrence. Please. Please, Lions, get Sunshine. Please.
Oh, that turned so fast.
I want Sunshine. Please tank. Please.
Brandon, that's a great call out.
Oh, my God.
You are on record.
I would love that.
Oh, man. Stick with us through next year's draft so we can see if that actually happens.
Jeez.
That's a good call, though. They're probably taking.
I want Sunshine.
You want
man. I do. I really do.
So that means you're hoping for 3 and 14 this year.
Well, he got 2 more years.
Hey, but you can get him in this
We can win this year. We can win this year.
Next year? Because you got 2 seasons.
Yeah, he got 2 more years.
No. He comes out in next year's draft. Oh, no. Trevor Lawrence has.
Yeah, he was a true freshman.
He was a true freshman. He's got 2 years.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, what does it look like on the Cleveland Browns side?
What does it look like on the Cleveland side?
Oh, my goodness. They have done. Big shout out to King Dorsey, who built the Chiefs and has now built the Browns. And this is classic GM moves.
Did he give up too much?
On a rookie contract. You did not give up too much, sir. You got a young stud at receiver. You pair him with his best friend. And then you got a quarterback that still's got to come into his own, but he was second in Rookie of the Year voting. And he's on the rookie deal. So you got the Russ Wilson 100%.
Yeah.
Put some dogs around him.
Rookie running back.
And rookie running back.
Rookie
and let these guys loose.
Rookie deal tight end.
And you got the 2 big dogs on the outside.
Yep.
You could pay some other big free agents. And now with that talent, probably a couple more free agents want to come here. So now you grab some people. Yes.
Go recruiting.
Put them on the wall. All right. Absolutely a great deal. I love it. I hear people saying OBJ caused issues. What happens is not enough footballs to go around. Dion, it's not enough football. It's only one football. I see why you're saying that. One, you just want to throw some water on the fire. Two, I don't believe it's going to happen because these guys are truly friends and they play together already.
Mhm.
Five, yes, they were younger, they were in college,
Yep.
but they have played together already. So it's not an experiment. You know what you're getting. And it's not like they played together and then they went to the league and they didn't keep up with each other, didn't talk. These guys function throughout the season. You see them on social media congratulating each other for their successes,
Yep.
hyping each other up when one's getting shafted or not getting the recognition. So 100%, I think these guys get along.
I believe that.
Baker's already taking strides with them because they've already worked out last summer together. You saw them down at the Pro Bowl together again. There was already some hints going out there. I think everything's in line for this to be a great marriage. The tough part about it, and you said it at the beginning, so I do have to temper. And when I temper, I'm only tempering a little bit here, people. Just a little bit.
A little bit of analysts is
A
coming
little
out.
bit of analyst right here because tonight is a no logic, all fandom. Okay? A little bit of analyst comes out. Now we are the hunters. And we haven't even stepped on the field yet.
Yeah.
So now the hype. Now all the media.
Yeah.
Now all the interviews. Now leading up to the first game, it's what's going to happen. Where are you going to be? Constant pressure. Constant eyes on you.
Yep.
Totally different environment.
Yep.
Rookie head coach. However, familiarity is big. He's got familiarity with these players because of previous location, destination, things of that
but
nature.
Do you really expect Kitchens to keep a tight ship?
No. I don't think
It's going to spill over a little bit.
I don't think this team is that team. This is not the tight ship team. This is not the button it up.
I'm not saying
team.
tight. I'm
No, this
saying
ain't that squad.
in-house. Like if we got rifts, if there's problems,
I
you
think
got a super young quarterback. You got 1.5 ego wide receivers.
I think there's enough veteran leadership. Yes, I think there's enough veteran leadership to keep everything in house.
You think
To keep
Odell
him a-
falls in line to Juice
To keep
because
him
it's
majority.
his locker room.
Yes,
It's Juice's locker room.
yes,
You think he follows?
yes. I think they will understand how to let each other be, but at the same time, I think you got to think about this. OBJ wasn't a problem until what?
He wasn't getting the ball
So he wasn't getting the ball because
his quarterback sucks.
quarterbacks suck.
Yeah, okay.
Because their play calling sucked.
Yeah.
I mean, we know it. Like, even the play calling was bad.
Yeah.
These guys were running slants every play.
Yeah.
They weren't running anything down the field.
Yeah.
That's not the Cleveland Browns. Everybody already knows Baker wants to let it loose. One thing you've seen is the offensive product on the field.
Right.
You saw it last year.
Especially when my man took over.
So you already know what it's going to be. You know it's going to be open. You know they're going to be loose. You know they're going to be running. You know what the system looks like. You got a 996-yard rusher returning. You got all the right
It
pieces.
has the potential to be fun.
It has. And right now, as a fan,
Yeah.
I'm living in it.
Yeah.
But day one, I'm nervous.
They got a ball,
They
though.
have.
They're going to be hunted.
The expectation is, and coming into last season, I said, give me 3 wins, right?
Yeah, you did.
This season, I need an AFC North title.
Mm.
I need a North title. To me, it's an upset.
It's there for you to have.
It's an upset.
Are you conceding the AFC North title, Brandon? Are you still there? Are you conceding the title?
You have to. There's not enough defense in Pittsburgh. Now the Ravens, sir.
Here's the thing.
I was like, yes, and then I was like, wait a minute, no, they got Mark Ingram, and they got
yeah, they looked.
and they got my man on defense,
Earl Thomas.
Earl Thomas.
My thing was like, okay, we get a little bit into the signings.
Brandon says you don't win in March. You do today, sir.
They lost all their linebackers, right?
Yes. Yep. They lost
All the linebackers. Like, they're gone.
Yep.
Arizona got one. You got one. The Jets got another one.
One was coming there and then turned around and decided to go back to Minnesota or something like that too. Right?
That was Barr.
Barr.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, you got Zadavian, whatever his name is. You got him.
Yeah.
The Jets got Mosley. T-Sizzle went to Arizona. Like, they got no linebackers left.
Like, that's what makes the Ravens great. Weddle's gone.
The whole crew is gone.
Yeah, the whole crew's gone.
So, you getting just Earl Thomas coming off of ACL? I don't know.
Cleveland!
There you go. I don't know.
It's ours for the taking.
The running back tandem, I think that was a great move for Ingram.
Yeah.
I think that was a great spot for him.
Although he was balling in New Orleans.
Yeah.
He wasn't going to get paid.
He had help. Kamara's a beast. So don't run the RPO with him and Jackson. I think that's gonna be good for them. They lost what's the speedy guy? They lost John Brown.
Yeah.
So it's just, and that's a whole.
They don't have much.
They don't have much.
Yeah.
They talk about Earl Thomas gonna be the next Ed Reed. I don't know about that.
Coming off the ACL, I wish him the best.
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
Steelers, too many hits. You gotta see, right?
Yeah.
Who else in that division?
Cincinnati.
They never show up, right? So it's there for the taking. It's not far out of reach. It's not out of the realm.
It just has to happen.
It just has to happen.
Now they have to go out.
Barring major injuries.
Barring injury, this team should win the North.
This team should win the North.
And could make a run in the playoffs.
This team should win the North.
They can make a run in the playoffs. I like how you just came right back strong. They should win the North. The North! The North is ours!
Yeah.
They should win
They
the
got
North.
Hard Knocks 1 year too early.
No, it would have been so great to see Jarvis and Odell. Oh man, it's so exciting right now. It's here we go, Brownies. Here we go.
All right. You get enough out. Jesus.
I might be like this for a while, Dre.
The Lions signed some people.
They did.
How did
the Lions do?
The Lions did pretty good. We got a tight end. We got a pass rusher.
Jesse James.
Yeah, we got a pass rusher from Patriots. We're Patriots North apparently.
Yeah.
Patriots
You got Flowers.
We got Flowers.
Okay.
Got him to a nice long 5-year deal. That seems like Ziggy's on his.
Ziggy's visiting. I hear.
So that's we got a good guy. We paid the best nickel corner that was out there from the Seahawks.
So you got Slay and
you
got corner. So you got good. You're solid at corner.
I think that sets us up for a Greedy Williams pick at number 8, another corner.
You like that pick?
Yeah, I think that's where they're going.
You don't want Kyler Murray?
I think Kyler's going 1. Okay. I think they shop Rosen, get Kyler 1.
That's what.
The crazy thing is, like, if you're the Giants, why not get Haskins? But they don't think that he's the guy to take them to the next level.
Poor kid. A lot of people don't think he's. You know how you feel about Ohio State quarterbacks.
I'm not on that wagon either, so I understand that.
Haskins at 9 for the Lions.
Nah, he might go to the Dolphins, I think. But no, not to me. But I like what they're doing. There's a couple other names out there I would like to see them grab. Jamie Collins, if we're doing the whole Patriot thing. Another pass rusher on the edge. A guy who hasn't seen his full potential. The Browns tried. The Patriots tried.
Yep.
Lions, let's throw him something. Let's see what he can do. Right?
Okay.
See what happens.
What about a running back?
Running back, TJ Yeldon. He's out there. The running back market is
slim.
Is boo-boo right now.
Yes.
So
can y'all get somebody to help out Matt Stafford?
Here's the thing. Johnson, the running back, he can be 1,000-yard. He is 1,000-yard rusher.
Yeah.
Before he got hurt, he's 1,000-yard rusher. His backup, LeGarrette Blount, you need to cut that fool.
You tried the good luck charm and it didn't work.
So you need to cut that fool and put Yeldon back there. Good third down back, big body. You draft him every year in fantasy. Get Yeldon and back him up. He can.
Is he signed with you?
No, he's free agent. Who?
TJ Yeldon.
No, he's a free agent. That's somebody who
you'd like to see.
I would like to see. So pick up Collins, pick up Yeldon, and Eric Berry got cut today.
He's another one that I would like to see in Cleveland.
I would like to see him in Detroit.
Yeah.
Locker room leader.
Yes. I'm hoping that there's one more splash.
We got that spot open.
So do we, because Jabril's gone. that was if we get Eric Berry, sir, you got to deal with me another week.
Oh, God. Coming off an injury later season, the lymphoma scare. Yeah, I think he still got a lot of football in him. He's definitely a clubhouse leader. So putting him on a young defense, I think he would definitely take us to the next level on that one. So that's 3 names that I'm looking for. Hopefully that, take visits in Detroit.
Well, because I'm on such a high, and we've been
can have them
and sucked up. No, I wasn't gonna say that. I was saying because I'm on a high, and we've been in the lowly doldrums of NFL fandom for so many years. I hope that a couple of those names land.
High horse. You're on the highest horse right now.
I've been accused on this show of always liking teams that have star players on them.
Such a pedestal right now.
And It's not my fault that my
It's
teams
sickening.
get the players.
On what kind of pedestal that you're on right now? Your team gets the players. You're just such on a brownie
I can't help it.
pedestal.
LeBron was in Cleveland.
Oh God,
OBJ, Cleveland.
it makes me sick.
I can't help it.
I just swallowed about.
Aaron Rodgers, Packers. I can't help it.
Okay.
We just have all-time players. So I'm just hoping for you guys that you guys get something to help. I don't want you to be down there by yourself.
Did you just offer pity? I appreciate it. Thank you.
Listen,
Thank you for the pity.
so happy.
You're supposed to be right here.
Thank you,
with us.
Browns fans.
All right. Any of the off-season signings surprise you, or think might propel teams to the next level? Any cuts? Any trades? I'm looking over right now. Jordy Nelson just got cut today, so that's another wide receiver that'll be out there.
Hey, any top names, old veterans, wily veterans that can help a team that's on the cusp of winning a division title?
You're begging right now.
Yeah,
You're begging.
call Ken Dorsey.
So I'm gonna throw some names out there. You tell me if it's something, nothing, or everything.
Okay.
All right. Let's go to Damian Dola to the Lions. Nothing. Eric Weddle to the Rams. Something, nothing, everything.
Nothing, because their offense is what kind of wins the games for them. Their defense just got to be respectful. I'm just saying. They didn't lose against the Patriots in the Super Bowl because they couldn't stop anybody. It's because they couldn't score.
All right. Landon Collins goes to the Redskins.
I would say that's huge.
Okay.
It's the Redskins. So it's great. Like, poor guy. I mean, hey, good. Congrats on your
That was
$84
all
million.
money.
Congrats.
That wasn't on winning.
Go get the bag,
That
sir.
was money.
You went to the Redskins.
Yeah.
Like, we don't even know where the quarterback's going to be.
He wants to be Sean Taylor.
Who's good?
That's
Yes.
Yeah, that's all it is.
Their quarterback's going to be my man.
Keenum.
Yeah, Case Keenum, right? No. Yeah, it's okay. So it would have been something if they had a good quarterback and they're going to play.
Nick Foles officially signs with the Jaguars.
That is one of the biggest moves
Okay.
in free agency.
All right.
Because if you're the Jaguars and you can get your defense back, because they were really, really good.
Yeah.
And
I don't think they left. I think they were pissed.
yeah, well, okay, whatever it was.
And there was some kind of rebellion going on for the offense.
well, if it could get corrected,
Yeah.
right? And if you could get Leonard Fournette to act right, I don't know what the heck he's doing.
He just had too much time.
So if you can get those two things to fall back in place,
Yeah.
then that's huge for you guys, because you got to give Foles credit and say, hey, the guy's proven that he can ball. I am concerned, sir. He's never done it for a full season.
Yeah.
Except he did it with the Rams, and they weren't good.
Never done it, not for Doug Peterson.
Right. And not for WBC, and won doing it.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to find out, is it a system or is it Nick Foles? But I feel like it's definitely an upgrade for Blake Bortles. So, and it's a huge one. Unfortunately, sorry, Blake, but you couldn't hit a side of a barn.
Who's been cut recently?
Yes.
Deshaun Jackson getting traded back to the Eagles. Something, nothing.
I think it might be something,
Okay.
because you might get some glory. You might get some return of some old highlights, old things happening. Philly's right there again.
Mhm.
So you just got to see how things are going to pan out. Can Carson stay healthy? Can Wentz stay healthy? And can that
This
defense?
is his season.
Yep.
Ain't
Ain't
no
Foles
safety
ain't there
blanket.
no more, right?
And they will chew you up.
Oh my God!
They will chew
You
you
gotta
up.
last.
We got
the
rid
whole
of Nick
season.
Foles,
Oh,
the
man.
god that is Nick
Oh,
Foles,
Super Bowl winning quarterback.
statue right next to Rocky Balboa himself.
Yep.
For this,
That's right.
You're right. That's 100% going to be the story. And not only that, they rolled the Wentz train even when he was injured. Wentz is our guy. Wentz is our guy. Wentz is our guy. So y'all finally let Nick Foles go. Did the right thing as an organization. You didn't want to give him a shot. You let him go. So it's all on Wentz. Now that's some pressure for you.
That's some pressure for you. Yeah, I think that was a huge signing. And Deshaun Jackson will help him. Like,
Oh, absolutely.
Deshaun
And
Jackson,
especially in the RPO game.
Yeah,
that's
that's-
more like his offense.
That's a good one. T Sizzle going to the Cardinals.
So what?
Tyrod Matthew to Kansas City.
A huge help. Even though they're going to lose Barry, that's a huge help. I think it's good because I like the defensive coordinator coming in. I like the change of defense because to me, that's the only thing that they missed. And it wasn't that they didn't defend, even though they did it. Like overall, if you look at their numbers, they weren't that good of a defense. They showed up in big games, but the lack of adjustment was the most frustrating thing I've ever seen. And you owe Patrick Mahomes and that offense so much more. So I think
was it the Rams game where Scandrick was getting murdered, like torched?
Yes,
you don't see that coming from Matthews,
right?
Matthews.
So I'm looking forward. I think it's a nice addition. I hope that it helps them. That's an exciting team, and it'll be nice to see a Kansas City Browns matchup in the playoffs. You know, for something important.
Let's see.
Wow.
Sorry.
Facebook just said, "Get you."
Sorry, Facebook. All right, let's get to the meat potatoes. Le'Veon Bell to the Jets.
Womp, womp, womp.
Really?
Yes, bro. Because here's the thing about the Jets. Like, I like the quarterback position, definitely. Okay? And you got to think Le'Veon makes them better. Absolutely, right? It makes him better.
Yeah.
But outside of that, like, then what? Like, are they going to be good because of that?
They pick another free agent. They got C.J. Mosley. That shores up the defense.
They shore it up?
They got the defensive rookie of the year at safety.
I want to see what they do in the draft. Like, I'm holding my – I was hoping
Darnold
he was
supposed to be there.
Listen, the kid's good.
Supposed to be their guy.
He's going to help him. Le'Veon's going to take pressure off of him, right?
They cut your boy Crowell for him.
Right. I just don't know. Like, do they have the whole team? Like, I don't know if they have a whole team.
Yeah.
Like, I'm skeptical. I think they made their chances better. But to me, it wasn't just Sam Darnold. That's to why they ultimately didn't really become something great. Whoa. He's kind of scared me there, bro. We've been here a long time, and we seeing you again. So I'm a little concerned there, but I want to see it. I'm going to hold my horses on them because I want to see that.
My thing is, he didn't have no choice. If you're Le'Veon Bell,
could have went to the Packers.
Here's the thing about him. If you throw out the question, was it worth it and all this other stuff, you lost $14.5 million sitting out, right? Because your whole thing was you wanted to reset the market. I'm not just a running back. I'm a wide receiver. I'm a workhorse back. I deserve $16, $17 million a year. You didn't get that, bro. Like you didn't get that at all. You could have went to a contender. You could have went to the Colts.
Yep.
Who had just as much cap.
Yep.
Who probably could have offered you close to what you got, but less years because they didn't want to commit.
Yep.
But you put yourself in such a pigeonhole where you had to take whoever gave you the most money because to you, it was all about money. To Antonio Brown, he had a myriad of things to where he put that perception out. It was Ben, it was Tomlin, it was the Rooneys, it was nobody knows my name and all this other stuff, right? So, but underlying none of that, we all know he just wanted to get that money,
right?
To Le'Veon, on the bottom, on the top, in the middle, it was money. It was money, money, money. So you couldn't turn away this deal and take a lesser deal to a contender because you look stupid.
Yeah.
Because you sat out a whole year because you wanted more money.
So
you couldn't turn down the contract with more money to go to a contender.
So what does that tell you?
So you're stuck.
Does he make them a contender?
No.
That's why I feel like I feel about it.
No. So, I mean,
you're absolutely right. And that's why I feel like I feel about it. From the money point well taken. From the team point, same thing.
He don't want to win. He just want to get paid.
And you can argue he lost money.
You can argue he lost $14.5 million.
For that. For the Jets.
For the Jets.
And he tried to sell it. I'm back in green, baby. I'm back in green. Let's go. JETF. Bruh. It's the Jets, bro. Yeah. That's how I feel about it. It's the Jets. Now,
and they don't have enough offense.
Yeah, they don't. Who's the receiver?
For them not to collapse on you.
Who's the top dog at receiver?
We're going to make Sam Darnold throw the ball.
Exactly.
Because Quincy Enunwa is not going to catch all the balls.
Hey, Brandon said, oh, God, don't get me started on that clown.
Yeah.
No, I agree 100%. There's no receiver. Now, again, what do they do in the draft? If they get a dog in the draft, they get somebody, okay, we got to see something. But, sir,
if you're the Jets,
you better get some help.
You need DK.
Oh, for sure.
That's who you need.
You for sure need him.
You need 0% body fat.
Absolutely.
You need DK.
And if you don't get him and you get some no name, listen, if the thing about the Steelers that made them great, and I know Steelers fans know this, the reason Le'Veon was Le'Veon, the reason AB was AB, and the reason Ben was Ben is because of the other two people in the big three. That's it. The Killer Bees was three people. With the three, that team was never the same when Le'Veon stopped playing on that team. They fought harder than ever before to get back to where
James
they
Conner is a serviceable
He's
back.
a serviceable back, but he ain't Le'Veon.
He could be a 1,000-yard rusher in this league.
Yep. With help on the outside.
Honestly, I think he overperformed this year. And just because the offensive line spited Le'Veon. Like that first week he played and those weeks that he went off 150, 200 yards rushing, I think it was, Le'Veon is the best runner. It's not the line. It's not
right.
Oh, for real? So you just gonna shun us. We gonna block the best we've ever blocked for this guy who ain't never ran the rock in the NFL.
Right.
So, but can you keep that up for this year? I think James Conner gonna get 8 this year.
Yeah, well, yeah, you don't got no help. That's it. I mean, again, in NFL and football, period, I don't care what level you go to. When you have multiple dogs on your team, it makes everybody's job easier because you can't key in on one guy. And now when you play the Jets, you're going to say, I'm going to make your second-year quarterback beat it. Le'Veon, you're not going to beat it.
No.
We're going to put people in the box. You're not going to beat it. It's going to be your second-year guy. Now, Le'Veon goes up there and balls, and those guys compete for an AFC East crown, and they're beating up with the Patriots and doing their thing. More power to you. But at the end of the day, sir, I don't see it. I'm not impressed. It wasn't a big, Le'Veon to the Jets. It was just news because we've been waiting for 2 years for it to happen. But I'm sorry. You're right. It was for the money. He got paid, I guess.
That's what he wanted.
And great. He played for the Jets. You get to play the Steelers probably once every couple of years.
So all the answers have been answered. Nick Foles has a team. Brown and
the Raiders.
Brown and Le'Veon have a place to go.
Yep.
The Browns are in the mix. Odell's no longer a Giant. And then now,
who does Odell play for?
I don't know. Why don't you tell me?
Cleveland!
I'm lobbing it up for you. I want you to remember this day. Maybe one day, and when hell freezes over, and Martha Ford gets us somebody that's worth screaming Detroit football.
And listen, if we've both been in the place where we've been, and this happens, you're right. I deserve it. And I'm going to have to be honest with you. If you have this day in the sun, bask in it, sir. It's great out here. She beads the sweat on my forehead.
I think it's time to end the podcast on that.
It's great.
That was
I'm gonna
ridiculous.
I'm gonna let you get
that was ridiculous.
You will not be hated on by me.
That was
see these lights shining. That's the sun.
This podcast is sponsored by Mike Vaughn's Plumbing. Both licensed short Vaughn's Plumbing provides top quality services at great prices. Whether it's just to get up the cold waterproofing, daily home services, or wipe the sweat off of Joel's head. You want to call the number. The number is
313-304-7786.
You want to call Mike.
Get some water.
You want to go to bondsplumbing.com to check out the quotes, to see the map that the areas they service. Once again, if your basement is foolish or Joel is foolish, you want to call Mike Bonds Plumbing.
313-304-7786.
That man right there is the real MVP.
Oh, that was good. That was good. Good job. You remember that too. Your glory.
Oh,
I can take my shots like you're taking.
Oh, man.
Oh,
Thank you, Brandon.
Thank
you, Brandon. We appreciate you tuning in, man. Please trigger the bell, subscribe, share, tell your friends that you got a new favorite podcast. We appreciate you, and all that jazz. We'll be back next Thursday, same time, around 7:30, getting it in. So we appreciate all the people that's in the live feed, all the people that's on YouTube. We go post live on SoundCloud. Make sure you subscribe there. And also on iTunes, you can subscribe there. Get that notification every time we go live. Hit that purple podcast button and search Academy Sports Show, and we pop up. How long do I have to deal with this glow? Man,
we got some time, Dre. I mean, you got to think about it. There are a lot of firsts that are about to take place.
You know, I text you too. My son's birthday is coming up, and his favorite player is Odell Beckham Jr.
And you were going to get him a
And
jersey.
in my Amazon cart is a Giants Odell Beckham T-shirt jersey that I was gonna get him for his birthday. This trade happened. I will never look at my eyes, YouTube. I will never buy him a Browns jersey to save my life. I will die in the casket before I buy him a Browns jersey. I'm sorry.
Okay, so give him the Odell the Giants.
I can't have him walking around school in an old jersey.
It's a vintage. You can say it's vintage. It's a classic. Ain't that what they call the old jerseys? The classic collection.
College jersey. LSU.
Get him an LSU boy.
Yeah, if I want to spend $200 on a 6-year-old.
You can spend just the normal cost on a Browns T-shirt with a 13 on it.
Then I'm like, well, you know, I love them, but damn.
Well, maybe us Cleveland fans should chip in.
Oh,
Odell
okay, Uncle JoJo, I got you.
T-shirt. What is it?
Make sure you wrap it up. You
Send me the link.
signed small, youth small.
You small.
You put yourself on the hook for that.
Odell Beckham. You small. Yeah.
You put yourself on the hook.
Is it Amazon? Is
Yeah,
it on Amazon?
I don't think it's on Amazon yet.
Oh, it's got to be on Amazon. I need help. Where'd you find yours at?
On Amazon,
Oh,
it was still Giants by then. It was a
Okay, so
$13
we
T-shirt.
all right. So when that flips over, we're gonna get him a T-shirt. We gotta get him Odell Cleveland.
I think.
Wait, first of all, is he gonna wear it?
That's a good question.
I'm not buying it if he's not wearing it. Because everybody knows, like Jen and Steve want to buy my son anything Michigan State.
Yeah,
He'll never wear that.
yeah, no, I don't.
If he's not wearing it, I'm not buying
I
it.
wasn't allowed to wear Georgia stuff growing up because my dad was an avid Pistons fan.
Well, if that's the rule in
My
your house,
first pair of Jordans, I was an adult.
All right, AJ, we turn 18. I got you.
What do you say?
He said, get him a Cleveland Browns jersey.
No,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
They don't even have like a fly color scheme.
Oh, that's my
Like,
brother.
okay.
Here we go again. Get him a Cleveland Browns jersey. What do you mean? That brown and orange is nice.
it's the color of poop. On behalf of myself,
We're Honolulu blue.
yeah, it's Honolulu.
Detroit Cubs. Honolulu.
Here it comes.
Honolulu.
You just
We
had
gotta
to go
talk
there.
about my Browns.
You had to go there.
Honolulu. The soft blue. That's why.
No, don't go there. Just because your team gonna win some games, don't go there.
Don't talk about my color scheme.
Jeez.
You went first. They called it poop.
On behalf of myself, Andre Douglas, Joel Williams.
Cleveland.
I'm sorry, America.
Have a great week.
It'd be like on the Bernie Mac show. You just start calling, talk to America.
Right.
Listen.